What is happening, my YT Gizang? Y'all already know what time it is, man. This is your boy Rio. And before I get this video kicked off, man, I just want to give a huge shout out to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to you guys, man. I know it's a lot taking care of them cheering, and y'all doing what y'all got to do, man. So hats off to y'all. But to get into this video, man, I'm not going to be doing too much of any talking at all, okay? It's a lot going on up there in Cleveland in which the players are starting to come out and speak on who they want as the #1 guy when it comes to that QB room. And we're going to talk all about it, man. So just sit back with your boy and let's get into this sports talk. Yeti. Now, like I said, man, I'm not going to be doing hardly any talking at all. This video is fresh off the press. It just happened not too long ago. If you guys don't know about ESPN Cleveland, they had a whole take this morning about the players starting to speak out about who they feel like should be the #1 quarterback up there in Cleveland, man. In which it's a very interesting take, in which they even start to put their own input on why they feel like certain players are going towards certain quarterbacks when it comes to being that #1 guy for the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to stop running my mouth, man. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all check this out, man. Let's take a look.
Nick, this is the biggest reveal we have had all offseason. Nothing Kevin Stefanski has said tops this. Nothing Andrew Berry has said tops this. Like, am I crazy to think that this is the biggest reveal that we have had since the Browns drafted Shadour Sanders?
No, this is the most meaningful reveal, I believe. And the reason why I say that is because you're hearing it from the players, Chris. The players play the
According
game.
to Ocho Cinco.
According to Ocho Cinco, didn't want to let the cat out of the bag. But Denzel Ward, who is an all-pro, all-worldly cornerback, is saying that he looks different than the rest of the guys. Now, we can all talk about who we believe is going to be the guy, who we think is going to be the guy. But isn't it so much more meaningful when the players know who the guy is?
Not only who they know the guy is, but who they want to play. Nick, how do you think the players feel about the four guys? Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Shadour Sanders, Dylan Gabriel.
We keep hearing that the players want the best quarterback out there. Chris, so far throughout the spring and OTAs and mini camps, the best quarterback has been Shedeur. He just has. Go back and look at our passing tracker that we have here at ESPN Cleveland. You can follow it at ESPN Cleveland on Twitter, on X, and it's pinned at the top of the page. The OTA plus minicamp combined stats. It's 5 days worth of minicamp and OTA stats. Shedeur blows everyone away. 77% completion rate, 9 touchdowns to the 1 interception. Lo and behold, that lone interception apparently was a tipped ball off of a wide receiver's hands, got picked off that way. So outside of that, Chris, it is 9 touchdowns to 77% completion rate. The next closest is Kenny Pickett with 60%. Like, I don't think that there's a contest. They want the best player out there. To me, the spring has said that's Shadour Sanders.
Justin Cooper, our producer, you are out there in Berea. You get to see the looks. Nick and I, we are confined to the social media videos that we see from all the reporters. You are out there using your own 2 eyes. Do the stats lie?
No, they don't. But
that's not convincing.
They don't lie. Now, I mean, when it comes to this question, I tend to lean towards Flacco as it stands right now, just because
We're talking about the players, though. Like, what do you think? Okay, you still think the players?
I think the players are leaning towards Flacco right now because they believe that he gives them the best chance to win right now. Now, if Sanders starts to do this against the ones, I don't know, Chris. It's going to be hard to deny that you don't get a Jaden Daniels type rookie quarterback, flash in the pan type of year where you can win a lot of games and make it.
And I'm glad you said that, because to me, at some point, look, do we overblow the significance and the importance and the weight that minicamp and OTA should carry? Of course we do. There's no doubt that we do. I'm not denying that. But the numbers and those stats, those graphics that we as a station put out, they aren't meaningless. They just, in the grand scheme of things, what happens in May and June doesn't carry a whole lot of weight during the season. But with that said, at some point, If Shadour Sanders continues to play well and put up good completion percentages, touchdown to interception ratio, that cannot be ignored.
Yeah.
And I understand the pushback is, well, he's going against the 3s and the 4s. Okay, then if he continues to put up numbers like that against the 3 and the 4s, at some point, you got to give him a chance against the 1s and the 2s. I'm not saying that it absolutely had to be during minicamp and OTAs, because let's call it for what it is. Just on the surface, he's a 5th-round draft pick. He's probably 4th in line, or at least he was headed into all of this. But, Nick, when I look at this, I personally, as a fan, want Joe Flacco to start the season, because I think to just stable everything and not start 1-6, he gives you the best opportunity to do that. But if I'm trying to put myself in the locker room as a player, these guys understand when they see it. And I know that it isn't a tangible thing, something you can hold on to, something you can point to on a piece of paper and say, oh, traits. He's tall, he's fast, strong arm, has it. That's not on any scouting report, but players understand it, and I think they gravitate toward it. So I will answer our poll at ESPN Cleveland on Twitter. Who do I think the players want to start? I think by the time we get through the majority of training camp, that answer is Shadour Sanders.
Yeah, I think it's Shadour as well. And to push back on the mindset of, oh, well, he's doing this against 3s and 4s. Sure, he's also throwing to 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
You're telling me that he's not going to look better with throwing the ball to Jerry Jeudy? Like, I think that's got to be a factor in all this as well. Of course, we have to see it before we can just throw him out there against Cincinnati. Like, he's not going to be playing against the 3s and 4s up until, the third preseason game and then say, oh, you know what? You won the job. You have no reps with the 1s. No, that's not going to happen. Obviously, there's going to be a progression to where if he does become the number 1, he's going to have those opportunities in practice, in training camp, as well as preseason games. But Chris, right now, he's impressing with the 3s and the 4s, a 77% completion rate. I want to see that with the 1s, with the 2s more than what we have already. And eventually that is going to come. And by the way, you're right, Chris. Players know ball. Players know ball better than anybody else out there. And if one of your best players, Denzel Ward, is going out there,
now I do kind of feel like they was giving their own opinion a little bit, or they twisted it a little bit, because they did mention earlier that the players said they wanted the best player.
On Twitter at ESPN Cleveland, who do you think the Browns players want to start week 1 against the Bengals?
But it's all good, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this video. Oh, and then I also want to say it was interesting to think on the way he said that when it comes to Shedeur Sanders throwing against the 3s, well, if he's looking this good, you can only imagine how good he would look when he throwing it to Jerry Jeudy. You get what I'm saying? So that's something to think about too, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that whole situation. I got to get up out of here. I'm going to get at y'all on the next one.